Bonsoir. This is how it comes in. So please also like that. So you have the new tech desktop or the monitor, basically it's the monitor. Then the little Tricaster board, keyboard, the little mouse, and then all these cables.
So these go on, well she'll show you, slides in and give a twist. Comes off the same way. This,
BNC.
oh no, this is right now. This is RCA male to BNC. I'm not sure why we're using that. I'm taking these off for now. We keep all of these. We have several bags of these connectors. We have one that will connect several BNCs together if we need a long run. In the infamous tool bag.
Ah, the tool bag.
Right. So, once you guys start learning the names of this stuff. Yeah. Oh, and here's the right angles for the. On these cameras, the HDMI is underneath the handle. So we open up the handle and we use a right angle so that the cable drops straight down. We have one snap totally out when somebody hooked it, so you want to get the cable to the ground as fast as you can. So those are in the infamous tool bag too. All right, I'll stay out of your hair. But again, these, here. Just so you know, these line up and you twist it.
So now, this connects onto here, onto the SDI, like just here. And the way that you do this is just that you find a way, to plug it in, and then you twist it so it locks. Try it. Here, somebody try it.
Try it? Oh yeah, you can try it.
Flip. Perfect.
A lot?
Awesome.
Nice, Joyce.
Connects to the back of the Tricaster. Come hither.
Keep holding on to this?
Hard.
Yeah. Or actually, if it,
Just put it on the floor.
yeah, if anything, just put it on the floor.
Hard.
So this just goes in here. And the same thing, you just find a way to lock it, and then you twist it so that it stays there. If the camera is on, then we should be seeing it on the Tricaster. Pause. What we had forgotten was the power supply of the SDI. So it's this thing, which is also here.
We should
That.
mark that.
And then you just plug it in to where it would go here. Okay, so for here, it's important to connect this onto,
Right there.
yeah, here it is. So it's just the power. And then you're gonna have these that are connected from the monitor. Some of them are gonna go in here. And I'll tell you just one. That's here. Just plug that in there. And then this is gonna go onto this one. And then this is pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of like plug it in there. And then you put these in. Well, the rest go into the back. We're in the corresponding holes. Okay. So yeah, so you just plug these in the back, wherever they correspond. Okay, dude. Alright, so, caster board. So this is where you're gonna control the little cameras. A regular keyboard to name the files. And this will be plugged into this. Wherever you see a USB port, just plug that in there. Same thing with the mouse. Just plug it in there.
What did you say the Tricaster does?
It's basically like it's for recording live productions. So you'll get a better understanding of it like once we actually turn it on. But like over here, you can control what camera you're on, and it records like It's kind of like editing as you go. So when you have like a live performance and you're like record, you could choose like camera 1, camera 3, camera 4, and switch it off so that it's like, editing as you go. It's really cool, yeah. SDIs. So the SDI is what's going to be feeding the display onto that Tricaster from the cameras. So think of this as like the mediator. So when you connect the British cable, the DSI.
No.
Oh, never mind. But yeah, so you connect the HDMI. DNC. So the DNC of one side would go into here, while the HDMI would go into here, and the HDMI is also being fed from the camera.
So here's the reason we have to use this conversion box. Is the cameras that we have only have HDMI out. They don't have SDI.
So we have to connect
So
the
I'm
HDMI.
ordering some to try to avoid that because HDMI cables are not the most stable. Like I say, we'd have one pull out and they don't have like this positive lock on, you press it. So normally, like on these, sorry I'm interrupting.
No, go ahead.
We generally take this off.
BNC connector.
So because this comes out here, that's why we use that right angle thing. Sometimes if you're using the camera off the tripod, we'll tape it right to the camera so it can't come out. So hopefully next year we'll have cameras where we can just run the BNC straight in because it'll have a jack out here and we won't have to do this step.
These cables, I got them from that little hole. The back. Well, this is the back. You would connect it here. Here, Gigi. Wait. There. Which is this box.
That's the power.
So this then connects onto here. And then this connects down there. So technically, it is the power, yeah. We got the power to do that. So you connect that down there. We have the power feeding. And then this is what connects the Tricaster board onto the computer. So USB. Oh, I did that feature as well. I did that spread. And then this connects back here. Yeah. It looks like an Ethernet board. But
Ethernet for those who don't know.
yeah, so it's just back there.
It's on now.
So to open a new project, you just go to the orange thing and you
Well, the
put.
camera doesn't have a back.
This session name, we will call it. What do you guys want to call it?
Conrad Schweiger.
No.
So start the session.
In honor of
Conrad and friends. Oh
No, that's perfect. Leave it like that.
please. Yeah. Oh yes. So start live production, and then it takes us into the Tricaster interface. There's this switcher board, right? And the green is going to be a preview, which is going to show up here. And it's basically, it's not what's going to be actually recorded on the monitor, which is here. You see, that's the program, right? But the preview lets you, as it says, preview the video before you put it onto the program, which would be the final edited video. So let's see that you like this, right? And you want to switch it. So you just kind of switch physically 2 and 1, and then it switches their place. You could also do a fade, which I enjoy for Multicultural Day, which is this little panel right here. And also, before you do anything, make sure that the audio from the camera is actually recording onto the Tricaster. So you're gonna want to go to Audio 1, and you see where it says connection. You're gonna want to change it to SDI embedded. So yeah, because every year that we put on the cameras, we're like, why is the audio not working? And then we realize, oh, it's because it's not the right connection. So make sure to do that before you do anything else. Okay, and then you could go. You could. I usually like to keep it in the audio mixer just to make sure that it's all good. Oh, and very important to actually raise the volume. The audio, scratch the microphone. Don't tap it. And in case there's any problem, then there's a configuration that you can choose to like follow like different cameras, which shouldn't be a big problem. Like right now as it is, it should be fine like with automatic settings. But if you open up a new project and you find that like something's not working, then most likely it's just because the output is like to the wrong place. So you just kind of play around with like these different settings and then until you find the one that works. But for certain productions we had to like put all in like follow one, when usually it would be like master 1 or master 2. So just keep that in mind. And you could also go up to the actual camera and change like brightness and contrast and hue and saturation, which could be helpful in like extreme cases. You see it's like saturation going up, down, stuff, which could be like, you know, if you want to do something experimental, or if like the situation just calls for it, if it's really dark and you want to light it up, or it's really light and you want to darken it up, then that's also really helpful. Go here to like, and then you press record and it should light up in red like this. And then when you're like, I'm done recording, you just kind of stop it. Now to eject your video, you're gonna want to exit the project. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes, exit. And it'll take you back to the main frame. It'll take you here, and then you go to manage, and in manage, it says export media, right? So you want to go there. And then you go to add. And then over here, you're gonna see all of the different projects. For example, the one that we just recorded that was like 2 seconds, it's gonna be here. So you select it, you click OK, and then it should, and then you click export. And there we go, and it should export onto the desktop. And now to see the desktop, and anytime that you need to go to the desktop, click shutdown, go to administrator mode, and it's gonna take you here. You're gonna put exit to Windows, you're gonna put yes, exit to Windows, and then here are the windows. And the little 2-second clip that we just exported shows up here. So all you gotta do is connect a USB to that port and then transfer it. Really shut down the Tricaster, because one of the most important things to a hardware is to shut it down correctly. You go back to shutdown, and then you put shutdown Tricaster, and you put shutdown. And then you kind of wait a little, and then it exits. Used to be highlighted in blue, is now shut off. And then now you could properly disconnect everything.